Alright, so time to talk about some news about Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel, sorry if I butchered that name, visits Beijing seeking closer economic ties and support against U.S. aggression. So apparently Joe Biden's imperialism towards China is starting to ramp things up. And of course, his economic sanctions on Cuba, but that's also, I mean, governments before him has been doing that as well, so it's nothing new there. But let's read this. President Diaz-Canel is visiting the country between November 24th and 26th. Diaz-Canel kicked off a four-nation tour on November 16th, traveling from Algeria to Russia, then to Turkey before his final stop in China. Russia's an interesting thing in all this because our warmongering in Ukraine and our funding of Ukraine and all the stuff we're doing in Ukraine is we're trying to start war with Russia, and the fact that Cuba is talking about support with China and Russia against American imperialism starts creating an issue. Starts creating an issue that they might unite, and the United States may be going to war. By the way, this is from Dongxing News. The Socialist Republic of Cuba has been under constant threat by the U.S. for over 60 years, including an illegal blockade that was voted against by 96% of countries, excluding the U.S. and Israel. Attempted invasion, state-sponsored terrorism, and color revolutions. I mean, the United States does this in countless other countries because God forbid that any country in the world is socialist. According to the UN, the U.S. blockade has starved the Cuban economy of US dollar 144.4 billion. I could have worded that better. Prevented life-saving medicine and medical equipment from reaching the island and created a food crisis. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said on Monday that China and Cuba are good friends, good comrades, and good brothers. They join hands on the socialist path, setting a model of solidarity of socialist countries and cooperation between developing countries. I personally do not consider China as a socialist country, but besides that, uh, the United States imperialism, it's it's creating a real problem in the world. A real problem that could lead to World War III if Russia and China get side with India and Cuba, as we see right here. This there could be some serious problems in the future. So China forgave 6 billion US dollars in Cuban debt in 2011 was part of the Paris Club creditor nations that deferred Cuba's 2021 foreign debt payments until this year. In the same year, China-Cuban trade totaled 1 billion US dollars. Cuba also exported 446 million US dollars in goods to China. So as we can see, Cuba and China's relations are pretty strong, and now I don't have anything against their relations being strong. I stand with Cuba. I view China as more of like a dictatorship, although I do not want to see the United States government overthrow them. They have they got some pretty good stuff in place, and the United States just needs to stay out. I'm against all United States imperialism. Diaz-Canel's visit is not just seen as a state-to-state visit, but also as a comradely exchange between the Communist Party of China, and the Communist Party of Cuba. Both are expected to exchange ideas and discuss the transition to a multipolar world. And so that's all. Go ahead, make sure you check out Dongxing News. They are independent media. I believe that's what they call themselves. International collective researchers interested in Chinese politics and society. Well, they don't exactly call themselves independent, but I'm pretty sure they are independent. I just learned about them today, so I don't know too much about them. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll have more coverage of the topics that are going on right now. And yeah, I don't know when our next video will be up, but we'll see. But peace.